Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Obi here, and today it is going to be me taking over Science Sundays from Calvaryns on the EXG network because he has gone to Fiji for a month or 4 weeks, um, and this is in the background. This is some PC gameplay. I'm really bad at the PC game, Black Ops on PC. You should probably tell by this gameplay. First game's a sharpshooter, second one's a domination, which I joined halfway through, and I just record it for the fun of it. There is going to be no game sound because as I was recording, I was in a Skype call with Calvin and Mr. Titanium, so of course recorded their voice as well. So I trimmed out the sound, so there is no sound in this. So if you're wondering why there's no sound, that's why. Blame them because they wouldn't shut up. Well, anyway, let's talk about today's topic. Well, let's talk about, do aliens exist, and can they exist, and is there also proof of alien life at the moment? As we know, there have been many films in our lifetime that have created an image of aliens, from what we consider an alien is a green thing with massive black eyes, two massive black eyes. That is what we call an alien. Now, an alien is actually defined as something we do not know. Like a UFO is not just an alien spaceship; it's an unidentified flying object. Which, say, if you're a plane flying over, but you're not scheduled to go into this country, you're an UFO because you're an identified flying object flying into that country. So therefore, you're a UFO. Now, many people. They say if aliens attack, are we doomed, or are they going to be friendly, or they're just here, to eradicate us from the earth and completely wipe out humanity. But there's some people that say if aliens do exist, we could benefit from their civilization. They could help us with evolving what we've got. Like time travel, being able to travel as far as they can, in as quick as they can, space travel, absolutely amazing. I'd love to do that in the future, maybe sometime. But now let's really go on to, can they exist? They definitely have a massive chance of existing because there's so many stars in the universe. And all them stars, they have planets around them, and stars like our sun will have planets around them which have certain amount of water on them, certain amount of oxygen on them, which could possibly harbour aliens. Now, if not, then that means we are the only intelligent life, or the only life, for that fact, in the universe. That means we are all one of a kind. That means we're the kings of the universe, in other words, because we are the only life in the universe. Now, personally, I do not think that's true. I definitely think there's something out there somewhere, or not even just an alien, like a green alien, from what we all think. I know there's bacteria or something out there which we do not know of. Now, from what we know, from what scientists know, water is a key ingredient of life. Now, we need water to live. As we know, we drink it. We're 80% or 90% water. I can't quite remember. There is liquid. I mean, there is evidence of that there could be water flow underneath the surface of Mars and Europa, which is a moon of Jupiter, and that also appears to have a liquid ocean. So maybe they could have some sort of bacteria, or bacteria, or whatever you want to call it, harbouring on their planet. And this leads me on to my next topic. My next part of this topic, which is we evolved. Because we was once all bacteria. We were all bacteria called stromonites, and we were all in Australia. And then we all know, like, the theory of evolution, where we evolved into, you know, monkeys, cavemen, and then finally human beings. But I'm not going to go into that because I think Calvaryns already touched on that. If not, I'll probably do that next week. And that took us around 3 to 4 billion years to evolve. Now, what's to say in 3 to 4 billion years' time, if there is bacteria on another planet, that they won't evolve into a stronger race than they are now and completely come to Earth, and you know, maybe there is someone out there and they're thinking the exact same thing as us. There are people in the universe, you know, like us. Can they think, you know, what we're thinking and stuff like that? Now, what we've also got to put into factor is that just because it doesn't have water, or just because it's full of water, like the planet, or say the planet's boiling, we can live, not just us, but bacteria can live in extreme conditions. You can live in sub-zero conditions and even the hottest deserts. Like, I can't remember what bacteria it is now. I know it's really bad of me. I should have written some more down on this thing, but I've got it all in like a notepad thing in front of me. There is some bacteria even in the coldest of places like Antarctica and places like that, deep inside the ice. They feed on, you know, nanobites or whatever you want to call them. There's even some in the hottest places in the world, and well, that's what they do. They just live in them. What's it called? Some even live in them conditions. Now, we all know about, well, if you don't know about the Roswell incident in America, basically an alien spaceship basically was supposed to have crashed there, and you know, an alien body was recovered, but obviously the US government, if this is true, they're not obviously going to admit it, otherwise it will cause worldwide panic. And you know, this was over 60 years ago, but surely, say if this is like something like, if you would have gone out in your car, surely if you was gone for 60 years, or even if you was gone for 6 days, surely someone that you know, that knew you were going out, would have come searching for you. Now, this is why I don't think the Roswell incident is true, because surely if you would have crashed down, it would have sent out some distress signal, or because they would have been far more superior than us, and far more intellectual than us, because they would have travelled that far distance, so they would obviously have the equipment to do so. So they would have sent out a distress signal, you know, warning the other people that he's crashed down, come down, save him, or whatever, if he was still alive after the crash. Now, I'm actually going to go toilet now quickly, so let me be right back and I'll continue on with this. Right guys, I'm back. This is actually the second time I've recorded this part, because the first time it kind of, I said something, then it blanked out, and then, you know, something always goes wrong. But I'm back. I just went toilet quickly. Now I'm going to talk about 5 theories on why we haven't discovered alien life yet, or you know, these are people's theories on why we haven't discovered aliens yet. Now, the first one is, if aliens do exist, they're probably too alien for us to know. Now that goes on to me thinking, if there are aliens, how do we know? You know, your best friend isn't an alien. People you speak to all the time isn't an alien. Your boss at work isn't an alien. You know, how do we know they're not already on Earth, disguised as humans? Now, they would by far have the technology to do that, because you know, they'd have travelled here, and obviously they obviously want to live a life on Earth. Now, that's, you know, my theory on it anyway. If they are already here, they're disguised as humans. Now, another person's theory is they might not want to screw us up. Like, when we go to other countries to invade them, we leave them in debt, because, you know, if we go to war with a country, we'll you know, destroy their town. Well, not on purpose, but like, will end up destroying towns, civilizations, and stuff like that. Now, that's like the aliens. They might not want to come to Earth to destroy our planet and take our resources because they might already have enough, or they don't want to screw us over. Like, say if they've been screwed over by a different type of alien in the past, like aliens versus predator. You know, they're actually both aliens because the predator is a predator, alien is an alien, but you know, they fight each other, and then, you know, it comes down to Earth, and then we end up getting attacked by aliens and predators, and that screws us over. So the aliens might not actually be wanting to do that to our civilization. Now, another theory is that us humans, we might not be worth the aliens' time. Now, I mean, their civilization, and they'll be their civilization will be much more technologically advanced than our, you know, than us humans, because they would have travelled from Earth. Well, they would have travelled from their alien planet to Earth, and they'll already have what we have, basically, because they would have travelled here. They might already have the newest gaming console that has better graphics than ours ever will for like 3-4 billion years time. But we just physically might not be worth their time because they might have cures to, you know, cancers already. They might already have cure to AIDS or whatever that we're trying to find. You know, they could be beneficial to us, but can we be beneficial to them? That's another person's theory. Now, moving on to second from last one, when my computer actually scrolls down because it's lagging at the moment. Right, there we go. Is we'd actually all be dead by the time aliens do actually invade. Now, I mean, this leads on to something I said earlier about bacteria on another planet. Now, if there is life on another planet, they would take 3-4 billion years to evolve and actually come to invade Earth. So that's basically what I believe. We'd all actually be dead. And another one is aliens might not actually exist at all. This ties in with religion. God might not exist at all. We don't know. We don't know if aliens exist. We don't know if God exists. Believe what you want to believe. If it makes you happy, believe it. You know, but that's that. This has been Science Sundays with me, OB. This has been one of my longest commentaries I've ever done. So if I start, pause, whatever, I'm sorry for that. But don't forget to leave this comment a like. Comment down below what you want to see in next Science Sundays, because I'll be sure to talk about it. Subscribe to EHG Network. Follow it on Twitter. I can't remember what Twitter is. Subscribe to my channel, OB36789. Follow me on Twitter, the real OB36789. And yeah, that's it really. Don't forget to come back next week for more Science Sundays with me, OB, because Calvaryns on holiday in Fiji for 4 weeks. So you're going to have the pleasure of listening to me 4 times.